Hey, what's up guys, it's Blake, and today I'm going to be going through how I record all of my covers and all of the audio and video work that I do to get everything the way it is in the finished product. For the most part, a lot of these covers are very simple to figure out and record. There's not a lot of crazy audio magic going on behind the scenes. In total, I can pretty much break it down into maybe 2 to 3 steps, and those are learning, recording, and then capturing the video. We're not going to talk about the first step today, about learning all the songs. I have a video that I did about a year ago that I'll link up in the cards up here about how to learn a pop punk song in less than an hour, which just goes over the basic techniques that I use to learn by ear. It's a very helpful video. There's a little minimal music theory in it, but it doesn't hurt to learn any of that stuff, so please go check that out if you're interested in how I learn these songs and how I actually do it. In this video, we're basically going to focus on the second part of my process, which is all the audio work that we do. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is basically go through the signal chain I use to make sure everything is recorded in the way it should be. So mine only has like 3 components. It's very simple. I go from guitar to my pedal board, which is down over here, to my interface, which is back here, and then into my laptop, which is running Logic as my digital audio workstation. So those 4 simple pieces really make everything come together and make the recording as simple as it needs to be. So the first step before I do absolutely anything is identify the song I want to play and find the BPM of the song and set my Logic project to that BPM so I can get the metronome to sound exactly the way it should in accordance with the song's BPM. And I do this just by going on like a website where you can tap the BPM along with the song. So I get that from that website and then plug it into Logic in the top over here. So that's going to set up my project for when I import my audio file into Logic so I can play along with it. So the second important key component is what I use to record the song so I can hear it as best as possible, and that brings us to today's video sponsor, MEE Pro Audio. MEE was nice enough to hook me up with a set of their M6 Pro in-ear monitors. They are completely sound isolating, so all I'm gonna hear while I'm recording is my guitar. There's gonna be no outside distractions, and I'm gonna be able to hear those notes along with the song as crystal clear as possible. What I love most about these in-ear monitors is how flat the EQ curve is and how I'm really getting the most pure image of what I'm playing and what is going on in the background. They were nice enough to hook me up with the custom tips, which are custom built for my ears, so they go in completely perfectly the way they should. That gives me the most perfect fit and the tightest fit, so everything is completely sound isolated. When I have both of these in, I can't hear anything besides what I'm actually playing. It's really amazing. I live in an apartment, so it gets really noisy here sometimes, so often there's stuff going on in the background that's very distracting and very intrusive to what I'm trying to play and what I'm trying to get done. In fact, right now, while I'm just talking to the camera, I can really barely hear myself speaking and can only really hear like the vibrations going through my body. That's how good the isolation is and how tight the fit is. Now I've gone so far as to test these in kind of a live simulation environment with some friends with some really high powered amps and trying to test out if I could have any of that outside noise bleed into what I was playing, and it was still crystal clear audio. I was getting all of the instruments that were mic'd up as best as I could in my ears. So playing with these in a quiet apartment gives me the absolute best sound isolation there is possible. And the thing with these as well is that you don't have to get the custom tips. You can just get the M6 with their tips you would find on regular earbuds, and you can still get that crystal clear image of what you're playing and what's going on through them. Since I've started playing these, the image of what I've been playing has come back to me completely in the way that I would ideally like it, and it's helped me improve my tone and to really understand what sounds are coming out of my guitar in the flattest EQ curve possible, because when you use other things, that's not going to be a true image. So far, I love the M6 Pro. They've really helped transform my recording experience. Is something that I love doing. And they've also hooked me up with a discount code, which we linked in the description below, where you can get some money off if you want to purchase anything from MEE Pro Audio. So definitely check them out, and let's move on to the next part. So let's get into the actual recording and how I do that as well. So when I'm recording, I'm taking 3 tracks out of the interface into Logic. a completely dry one, a distorted one, and a clean one that are all based on different presets. The purpose of this is to have a dry track that I can copy and paste and duplicate and do whatever I want with. So if I don't like anything that was recorded in the original clean or distorted track, I have a backup that I can completely reamp, send back to my pedal board, and edit it any way possible. This gives me the ability to switch tones completely on the fly in post-processing, which is a huge question I get. That's easily the most valuable thing out of taking 3 different tracks, is just the ability to make that happen. So I'm just going to do a complete comparison between those 3 tracks and how I record them. So the completely dry track with no post-processing, no amp simulation, no effects whatsoever sounds like this. And now the crunchier channel, which is just the guitar into an overdriven amp with no effects on it, sounds like this. And lastly, my clean sounds like this, which is the same thing as the crunchy one, just instead into a clean amp this time. And so when I take that dry track, that allows me to copy and paste and duplicate it into those different presets that I have built into Logic, so I can alter my sound in post-processing. It allows me to simulate a change in sound almost immediately, and allows me to switch to a completely contrasting tone as soon as I need to do it. This obviously does not happen in real time while I'm actually recording the song, but once I do it after I finish laying down the guitar track, it's the best thing in the world, because I have complete freedom to do whatever I want with my guitar. You can also do this with a MIDI controller, but those are a lot more expensive than just taking 3 tracks. So I choose to do it this way because of the freedom it gives me. So for example, when I duplicate that track, I can go back and reamp it, send it back to the pedal board, and add delay, reverb, chorus, more distortion, anything I really need to get the exact tone that I'm looking for in the original song. It's quite simple and a really unique way to record guitar in just like a simple, very cover style. That is it. That is how I record my guitar. It's quite simple, only requires a few things, and it makes life a lot easier. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and shed some light on how I do my recording and how I make everything happen behind the scenes. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button below and subscribe for more guitar related content. And thank you so much for watching.